Hi, and welcome to our presentation for Hawkeye Security Systems by Ben Cornell, Nick Deely, Gavin Bolus, and Nicole Graver. So first, we had to find an opportunity. A survey was conducted, and 78% of respondents stated that security of their house and neighborhood was important to them. In addition, another 76% of them stated that they were having difficulties getting the job done, and they were interested in a product to help. This is where we decided to look into creating a community-based security system as well as an app to go with it. We would partner with key players such as ADT and local law enforcement to increase neighborhood safety, especially in areas that were lower income and high crime areas. The product would give low income and high crime areas the opportunity to get the same type of security system in place and set up a successful community watch program and allow direct contact with local law enforcement. With the design of this product, we would utilize key partnerships beyond ADT. These include community leaders, where we would provide a network across neighboring communities, as well as local law enforcement, where we would provide an increase in volunteers for the law enforcement, as well as aid in decreasing violence in the area. This would then increase the feeling of community and hopefully decrease response time. We would also partner with community watch groups. This would help build community, increase awareness, as well as increase a feeling of safety. The customer segments for this job would be lower income community, high crime areas, communities with neighborhood watch programs, as well as neighborhoods looking to establish community and create a safe space. The 10 success outcomes are the measures that we will be utilizing to determine customer satisfaction. To remain agile, we'll take these success outcomes and conduct a survey at the end of setup as well as various times during service. The feedback will be analyzed and we will adjust as necessary. The 10 success outcomes we'll be looking at is that the equipment is installed correctly and functional. The customer is being charged correctly and is functional. The equipment is delivered on time. Monitoring equipment operates correctly. The app is functional and maintained. The number of app users increases. Community safety has improved. The customers are satisfied with the services. Community monitoring needs are met, and complaints are handled appropriately and timely. This slide summarizes our segments of opportunity. This value proposition slide details out customer jobs to be done and gains and pains that go with it. As you can see, our product alleviates a lot of pains such as decreasing crime, gaining a security system for a lower price, eliminating the feeling of being unsafe, decreasing the response time from local law enforcement. This product would also offer services such as cameras throughout the neighborhood that the community would have access to, and an app designed to integrate features as well as communicate with others. This would create a sense of community and increase security for a lower price than what is available currently. ADT hopes to bring value to low-income communities as well as community watch groups by developing an app that facilitates security and builds community. ADT is already an established and trusted brand that has historically been a leader in security systems, which should encourage use. This app will help connect watch groups together and build relationships with local law enforcement. Local law enforcement should gain value through having more trusted reports and decreases in crime. The value exchange map shows how Hawkeye security system will integrate with its partners to gain revenue and build community. Through subscription fees, ADT and Hawkeye security system would be gaining profit and would be integrating with community leaders, watch groups, and law enforcement. The key players would be gaining networking within districts, training assistance, and connection to watch groups, and transparency and clarity aimed at improving response time. There would also be advertising utilized to spread the word about this new security program, and this would help increase the customer base. This, tied with our customer support plan, will help create a valuable, low-cost security program that members will benefit from. Our demand creation strategy is to gain customers and help establish neighborhood watch programs. We would then help set up community fees and define monitoring needs for the specific community. Once the goals are established, customers would reach out to us and select the desired equipment and come up with a customized plan for their equipment. The equipment would then be delivered, installed, and Neighborhood Watch would be set up and functional in the app. The Community Watch program would then be able to monitor the community, and we would follow up to ensure that the system is what they expected and adjust as necessary. Every month, the subscription fees would be a flat rate and would be billed to customers. There will not be any hidden fees or contracts necessary for this type of system.
Hello, my name is Ben Cornell, and I'll be discussing our prototype that we created using an application called Mock Plus. Our goal was simplicity and ease of use. So, as you can see, this is our login screen. It's very, very plain, very simple. We have username, password, a little spot for you to log in if you have issues with your password, and then a thumbprint login. So this is the main landing page. On this landing page, there's only going to be 5 things that you can do. The first thing that you can do is the ADT website. That's the top button up top there. The second thing is the meat of our project, the community video feeds and your own personal video feeds, and then connecting with your communities and chats and things along those lines. The third button down there, the report an incident. This is where you would go to report to your community watch group if you were having issues with vandalism, or say the neighbor kids were stepping on your petunias. This is also where you would go to contact 911 or fill out a non-emergency report. The fourth button down is make a payment. Pretty simple. And then the last button is schedule an appointment. And we'll talk about each of these in more greater detail. So the community camera feeds, this is the main meat of our project here. So this is where you're going to go in order to access the community feeds that are in the area. Also your own personal video feeds. This is also where you would access if you wanted to allow the community to access your video feeds. This is where you would go and allow access. The videos would be very similar to the one seen in the image here, showing various points of interest in the community and obviously your own personal residence. So each one can be customized and show what you want and where you want it. There is also going to be like a community group where you can connect with other members, set up community watch groups, and things along those lines. So this is where you would mainly communicate with your community. So the next page is the incident reporting. So there's quite a few different things you can do on an incident reporting page. You got your non-emergency dispatch. So this would be those low-level incidents, such as my power's gone out, or your community watch leaders. So this would be where you're saying, hey, we're seeing vandalism on these corners, or an increase in loitering, or just petty stuff. And then the third one down is the online incident reporting. This would connect to the local law enforcement's incident report page. This would allow members to make those online incident reports. You can also review past and current reports in your neighborhood. This can be kind of an idea of what's happening in the neighborhood, if there's any trends or anything along those lines. And then the very last button is you click that button, it'll automatically dial 911. And hopefully you'll get through to 911 a little bit quicker. So this is our payment page. Essentially, we will take your money any way we can get it. Obviously, we want your money. So you can pay online. You can pay right there. You can set up automatic withdrawals. You have our mailing address. And then if you need to reach customer service, there's a button for emailing customer service. So this is our scheduling page. You can schedule online, looking at a calendar, seeing how far out we're booked and what days work for you. You can also email customer service on this page as well if you need help. And then we also have a phone number that you can call if you need to get assistance. Obviously, we only work Monday through Friday on the phone number. And then on the very last one, we have our frequently asked questions and equipment guide. We recognize that equipment can be complicated, and there can be issues connected to it. So we want to make things as simple and as easy as possible to figure out what's going on. And then there's obviously going to be some common questions that will rise up, such as what to do when my video goes down, or how to troubleshoot known issues.
For our Avigate design model, we went with the validate opportunity model for the best value as well as the job solution fit going into our team survey. This in turn will test the differential value of the solution as well as certain aspects of our business model. For testing the differential value, the survey we conducted was to see how important certain aspects of our ADT business model would ultimately do. The data indicates that the price point does not have as much pull as we would have thought, and therefore the customers are not willing to pay more for that value. Instead, the focus should be on driving the cost down and being the more affordable option compared to competitors. This was one of our main goals going into our survey anyways, and it was to give more opportunity to lower income communities. So ultimately this fits well with our solution. The survey results show that the price point of our product didn't have the kind of pull that we had imagined or had hoped for. The results show a lower price being the most optimal because customers are not willing to pay more for that perceived value. So in turn, ultimately this shows the importance of low cost to ADT customers and most consumers in general. A primary goal established in the beginning was to keep prices down for lower income communities and underprivileged ones as well, especially since they cannot afford ADT services if the price was in their range, which obviously can be difficult in itself. For most in these lower income communities, there is rarely an option of home security. This is why we set out to change this and give these communities a chance to see what it would be like to not only afford ADT services, but also to see the success of having ADT home security in preventing and reducing crime in their community, as well as the justification of spending for such services. Along the way, we were met with some constraints or barriers that came up during the whole process. Aside from the obvious, number one being pricing, there were issues of making our app to be more personalized to the user, as well as space for the user to make payments, creating and scheduling, as well as service. We have been mentioning pricing as the number one constraint, but there were issues tied into pricing that we considered as well, such as budgeting for both ADT and the customer. And then also, we realized troubleshooting issues were going to be a concern along the way. Our pricing is very straightforward, with equipment coming in at around $100, installation at $50. This also includes app setup, and monthly costs coming in at around $9 to $10 per person. Our reasoning is simple. We are providing our product at a value for both individuals and communities in preventing and reporting crime. All in all, our price point is crucial to our target.
When it comes to our social value model, as is with most other businesses, it all revolves around the customer. Our security system is aimed to simply increase overall safety at an affordable price. Looking to partner with local law enforcement would both better relations in communities and lead to improved response times. While low-income communities may lack trust in their local police force, which would hopefully change within our system and integration, studies do show an increased willingness to partner with law enforcement to clean up their communities. With first responder response time being proven to be slower in these communities, this partnership with local law enforcement agencies is a very important characteristic of our system. Community watch groups, on the other hand, are also crucial in increasing community safety and helping open up a line of communication between them and the police, coupled with the monitoring equipment and app we would offer, will overall help meet our goal of increasing the safety of these communities. At an affordable price point, our system consists of a monitoring equipment and corresponding application. With features such as instant reporting and access to video feeds, we want to allow for conversation and a feeling of protection. While it will hopefully lead to a faster police response time, our system allows for a community to take their safety into their own hands, not always needing to rely on others. Instant reporting will both allow police to react quicker, but will also allow community members to track the trends as well. Maybe there have been 2 car break-ins over the last week that have happened at night. With the community in the know, they would hopefully come together and do what they can to stop the crime from happening a third time. Again, though, that decrease in response time is where we think our system will shine. It is important to investigate our competition and understand better where our product and service can create more value and ultimately generate more customer demand. Maybe there are some traits offered by others that we can put our own spin on and create the best product for our customers. So with this being said, the first point revolves around the contract versus monthly payment plans. Unsurprisingly, we were able to see from our survey results these participants would rather participate through a monthly plan over a long-term contract. As is seen with other bills such as cell phone and lease contracts, it can be intimidating signing a long contract. While we think our product would provide great value for communities around the country, we realize the scare with bulky contracts and understand the value customers have placed on the freedom of monthly plans. With that said, we can identify that monthly contracts would be valued and appreciated most by customers and would lead us to working off monthly contracts as a result. Next, we look into features desired by those who took our survey. With closer results this time, we were able to learn that a response team arrival may not be the desired action in this situation. Rather, lights and a two-way talk were preferred. So while we want to key in our local law enforcement relationships, as the old saying goes, when seconds matter, help is only minutes away. With this in mind, we may want to explore other options with the goals to deter crime, but also to help the victim be able to handle the situation at hand in the safest way possible. Lastly, looking at the price, we are able to note the preference of a cheaper security system. While we determined monthly plans were desired over long contracts, these results ultimately go to show that customers really value the price point of the product. From the get-go, we wanted to design a product and service targeting low-income individuals who are seeking an affordable system. Our survey proves the significance of this price point and shows us the value we can either create or dismantle through our pricing strategies. When it comes to our business ecosystem blueprint, we have a fairly straightforward plan. Outsourcing to suppliers for monitoring equipment such as cameras, motion sensors, etc., we would obviously need quality products on a lean budget. In a similar light, our app development can't cut any corners, and we would need to make sure we are pushing a strong, secure product. Being that safety is our biggest goal, we would need both equipment and an app that is reliable and user-friendly. Our big co-innovation risk is obviously relying on the suppliers and app developers to deliver on their innovations and provide us with dependable solutions. If they fail, we fail. Our adoption chain risk, on the other hand, would result if connections were lost between the app and the monitoring systems. Again, with safety and security our biggest priority, these products must work together seamlessly. Last but not least, we need to quickly touch on the finances and how our security system would drive revenue. So as you can read here, a major portion of the United States does not use a security system. Bringing convenience and affordability to the table with our product, we are able to create value for many, and in particular the underprivileged communities. While equipment installation would be a flat one-time fee, the monthly plans we would utilize allow for scalability. As trust is built and the product gains popularity, the future could allow focus to be placed further into growth and understanding the wants and needs of the customer. This product would ultimately help communities find security at affordable costs and do the right things by others while producing solid profit. So lastly, really to wrap things up, we feel as though our goal of safer communities around the country can be met through this product and service we would provide. Creating value through its offerings and price point, we aim to bring communities and police forces together. Overall, everyone wants to see the same results that we're looking for. So with our straightforward application and business blueprint, we feel as though we create the best environment for underprivileged communities to find that sense of safety. So thank you for listening in our Hawkeye security system, and good work to everybody. Go Cougs.